Pedro Pascal is not here for the fear-mongering, and he made that crystal clear at Cannes. In a press conference that felt more like a rallying cry than a red carpet Q&A, Pascal took the mic and didn't hold back. The Last of Us and Mandalorian star channeled raw emotion and unflinching defiance while promoting Ari Aster's politically charged new film Eddington, and, honestly, the vibe was electric. "Fuck the people who try to make you scared," Pascal declared with stone-cold conviction. "Fear is how they win. So keep telling the stories. Keep expressing yourself and keep fighting to be who you are. Don't let them win." Boom. Mic drop. Pascal's passionate outburst came in response to a loaded question: whether he and his co-stars, including Joaquin Phoenix, Emma Stone, and Austin Butler, were concerned about returning to the U.S. after starring in a film with such an unapologetically political edge. And let's be clear, Eddington doesn't just flirt with controversy, it stares it dead in the eyes. The film, which premiered at Cannes to a thunderous 5-minute standing ovation, is already making waves. Phoenix was visibly emotional as the credits rolled, and that reaction says a lot. Eddington, a haunting, surreal, A24 crafted Western thriller, takes aim at the heart of America's cultural chaos. Set during the most volatile chapter of recent history, the COVID-rattled summer of May 2020, the movie stages an explosive standoff between a small-town sheriff, Phoenix, and a hardline mayor, Pascal, in Eddington, New Mexico. As tensions rise and ideology fractures a once-close community, neighbor turns on neighbor in a narrative that feels ripped from real-life headlines. With a supporting cast that includes Luke Grimes, Deirdre O'Connell, Michael Ward, and Clifton Collins Jr., Eddington doesn't just tell a story, it lights a fuse. But if anyone thought Pascal would shrink away from the film's implications, they clearly don't know Pedro. At Cannes, he didn't just speak up, he spoke out, loudly. "This is the perfect way to fight," he said, telling stories that expose the fear tactics, the manipulation, the division. Stories like Eddington are more than fiction. They're resistance. The film's sharp critique of the MAGA movement and broader sociopolitical instability in America has already drawn its share of controversy. But Pascal, the son of Chilean refugees who fled dictatorship and were granted asylum in Denmark before settling in the U.S., knows the cost of silence all too well. "I want people to be safe, and I want to be on the right side of history," Pascal said. "I'm an immigrant. My parents fled a dictatorship, and if it weren't for asylum, I don't know what would have happened to us. So yes, I believe in those protections. I'm too afraid of your question. I hardly even remember what it was. But I do know this. Fear is a weapon, and we don't have to let it work." It's a sentiment that lands like a punch to the gut. Powerful, personal, and brutally honest. Meanwhile, Eddington director Ari Aster, known for cult hits like Hereditary and Midsommar, pulled back the curtain on what drove him to write such a raw and resonant film. And, spoiler alert, he wasn't exactly in a good headspace. "I wrote this in a state of fear and anxiety about the world," Aster admitted. "It felt like reality itself was falling apart. Like no one could even agree on what real meant anymore. And I think that's the scariest thing of all." Aster said that the pandemic didn't just expose cracks in society, it shattered the foundation entirely. "Over the past 2 decades, we've seen the collapse of collective vision," he explained. "Hyper-individualism has replaced shared truth. Liberal mass democracies relied on some sort of agreement on reality. That's gone now. COVID wasn't just a health crisis. It was the moment that social link was finally severed for good. And that cultural collapse? That's the heart of Eddington. It's a film about what America feels like right now," Aster said. "And I'm very, very worried." According to Pascal, The story felt like more than just a script. It felt like a mission. When I read it, it hit me hard, Pascal said. It was like someone had gone undercover, infiltrated the system, and came back to tell the rest of us what was really happening. It felt urgent. Like this needs to be seen. I knew I had to be part of it. The impact of the film is already being felt. Variety's Owen Gleiberman praised Eddington in a glowing review, calling it a brazenly provocative Western thriller and an unflinching look at America's slow descent into social dysfunction. Eddington isn't a comedy, but it has this twisted, sinister edge, almost gleefully deadpan in how it presents a world gone mad, Gleiberman wrote. It doesn't pull punches. It presents a fully realized, terrifyingly plausible vision of a transformed America. And while many films have attempted to tackle the COVID era, Eddington